Hello everyone, and welcome to Fixing Disney Star Wars. This is the first episode in our commentary series for the closure cut of the Rise of Skywalker. We're glad you're here. Thank you for joining us as we attempt to build a better Episode 9. And don't forget, please subscribe and like our videos so that we can place higher in the YouTube algorithm. Also, please let us know what you like or did not like about Episode 9 in the comments below. If you like our work, please consider joining our Subscribe Star. For those who don't know, Subscribe Star is a membership platform similar to Patreon, but respects a creator's freedom of speech and expression. In a time where people all around the world are being increasingly censored, it's important to us that, as a team, we support platforms that support basic human freedoms. We post exclusive content, new videos, animatics, images, new commentaries, and VFX tests, all on our Subscribe Star. All funds raised via Subscribe Star go directly to funding our edits, and we don't keep anything. The link is in our description if you'd like to help us. And now, with the intro out of the way, let's get to the commentary. Episode 9 opens with an external shot of Star Destroyers against the backdrop of Mustafar. Now, the planet's exterior does look like Mustafar. However, the film then cuts to a sequence of Kylo Ren standing in a leafless forest, hacking his way through an unknown people group to an item of unknown value or origin. And this is where the film's first problems really begin. Mustafar has made 2 appearances in the Star Wars film universe thus far. We see the planet in Episode 3, when Anakin kills the Separatists and then faces down with his mentor, Obi-Wan Kenobi, before becoming fatally injured and being rescued by the Emperor. The next time we see the planet is in Rogue One, when Director Krennic visits Darth Vader in his castle. In both sequences, the planet is filled with rivers of lava, creating a truly hellish landscape complementing Vader's hellish existence, as we've known him in popular culture for decades now. In Episode 9, though, the lava rivers are gone. There are trees growing now, no landmarks are shown, and so it is completely acceptable, and the filmmaker should have expected, that no one would actually know or recognize this planet as Mustafar. It doesn't look like Mustafar we've seen in the other films, and there's nothing about it, with the exception of the planet's exterior from the opening shot, that would lead filmgoers to think that the location they are seeing on screen is, in fact, Mustafar. Don't worry though, as we have a solution to this problem, and we'll be adding it to our own Episode 9 edit. We're creating a new establishing shot with the help of the incredibly talented Petrovelli on YouTube. Be sure to throw him a subscribe if you can. That will once and for all illustrate the planet to be Mustafar. Now, if you are a Subscribe Star member, apologies in advance, as you've already seen the animatics for this opening shot and the concept art for what we're about to describe here. After the opening shot of the Star Destroyers set against the backdrop of the planet, we'll cut to a shot of Kylo Ren's TIE Whisper and the 2 escorting TIE fighters flying through the planet's atmosphere, cutting in and out of the clouds of red and smoke. The next shot will show the 3 TIEs breaking through the cloud cover, entering the lower layer of the Mustafarian atmosphere, and we'll see dark ash and gray smoke in the air, with veins of lava pulsing under the soil. The light from the lava will just barely break through the soil, looking very alien. The TIEs will cut through the air, lowering to the surface before we cut to a shot of Darth Vader's old and ruined castle, sitting lifelessly above the plains of ash and desolation. To the Subscribe Star members, please be sure that you cast your vote on which version of the castle you'd like to see. We're going to keep the voting open for the next few weeks, but once we have a clear winner, the voting will be closed. Now, we may add some additional context to the scene, like some of the other ideas that YouTubers have suggested to expand the sequence, though with this new establishing shot, it might not be needed. In any case, the viewer will now firmly understand where the characters are. After Kylo Ren fights his way through the locals, he'll be called by Darth Vader's Sith holocron. And that's right, it will be a holocron, not a wayfinder. The item looks like a holocron, it's hidden like a holocron. Now, it'll be the incantation placed on the holocron by Darth Nihilus that will call to Ren. As you may have seen in the video posted to this channel a few months ago, we chose to use the voice work provided in the Knights of Old Republic game for this sound effect. And when we first posted that clip, a rather rude commenter said that it sounded like we had hired a bad Grievous impersonator to do the voice work. However, this is the voice that we know from the game, and there's very few voicings of other ancient Sith Lords that the Star Wars fandom would know, especially Darth Nihilus. It's an Easter egg for fans of the game that only they would likely know, but it's still a fun Easter egg nonetheless. At least, that's how we feel. Our next major edits will occur after Kylo Ren is landed on Exegol. As he walks through the cavernous location, Kylo Ren sees cloning equipment dating back to the Clone Wars era. However, the idea that Palpatine is a clone is never actually touched upon in the original film, so to make it more apparent that he's inhabiting a cloned body, we will be digitally adding Kaminoan cloners to the environment. They will be wearing different clothing than the garments we've seen in Attack of the Clones, but they will be instantly recognizable as Kaminoans. And this is important because their appearance within the scene establishes the implication of their involvement with Palpatine's return. It makes the fact that he's a clone more than just a throwaway line that we've added to the edit. And regarding Palpatine, we've actually recorded new dialogue for a few lines in this sequence, and you may have seen some of those clips on this channel already. The reason for these new lines was to better clear up Palpatine's motivations and better tell a cohesive story between the 3 sequel films. Our first change comes with Palpatine saying, "I made Snoke." In our edit, Palpatine says, "I am Snoke." And this is important because it gives Kylo Ren a motivation to kill Palpatine. He suffered years of emotional abuse in comparison to his grandfather from Snoke. So this allows Kylo Ren to inflict real revenge against the Puppet Master, not just the puppet. We've also made the change here so that Palpatine's arrival isn't out of thin air as in the original cut. In Episode 8, not long after Snoke is killed, Palpatine reveals himself to the galaxy as being alive once again. So, Ren knows exactly who he'll find once arriving on Exegol. This revelation just makes their meeting more dramatic and uncertain. Our next line occurs when Palpatine gives his Episode 3 monologue to Kylo Ren. By having Palpatine repeat the same line here, it cheapens its dramatic and thematic use in Episode 3 in our opinion. To undo this, we've removed this line, and now Palpatine says, "I have died before, and I will do so again once this cloned abomination fails me." So, now we can connect the dots. Palpatine uses Snoke's body to orchestrate and control the First Order because he himself is in no state to do so physically. We know he once died and is alive again in a failing clone body. And, because he's able to do this once, he might be able to do it again. Further, the use of Snoke as a figurehead instead of Palpatine gives the Resistance a false sense of hope. Yeah, Snoke is bad, but he's no Palpatine. Their thinking is that, if they could have defeated the biggest evil in the past, Snoke should be easier. So imagine then how disheartening it must be to learn that Snoke is Palpatine. That means they've been fighting an uphill battle the entire time. Our next line comes when Palpatine says, "Kill the girl." In our edit, he says, "Find the girl." And this is because there's no reason for Palpatine to tell Kylo Ren to kill Rey when he actually wants her alive. Remember, in our version, Palpatine has been watching both Kylo Ren and Rey for years, slowly aligning the chess pieces. Ultimately, his goal is to take over and possess whichever one of them pledges fealty to him and kills him, thus completing the transfer of his spirit. But once Kylo Ren turns to the light, Palpatine's only hope is Rey. Also, this need for the individual to kill Palpatine in order for him to possess their body is why, in our edit, neither Rey nor Ben can defeat him. But more on this later in the commentary series. Well, that'll do it for our first episode in the Closure Cut commentary series. What did you like most about Episode 9? And what did you dislike? Let us know in the comments below. And until next time, may the Force be with you.